It's a superpower to not care what people think, especially if you're on an irregular path, right? It's downright a superpower. Most people don't know what greatness is. Most people don't know what it means to come up. Most people just care about the ending product. When we see close, when we see streams, when we see people getting billions of views a month, and we question to ourselves, how is this person doing this? Are they even deserving? How is this person making $10,000, $100,000? How? Right? We don't know the underlying faith that they have behind, the reason why they make so much money or the reason why they're garnishing so many views, because we will never understand unless we put ourselves in the same situation. But guess what we are? We're viewers. We view. And that's all that you're good for. You're good to view. You're not good to consume. You're not good to work. You're only good to view. But if you can change your mindset and flip it to, instead of me being good for just viewing, let me be good at being consistent. Let me be good at actually putting in the work to get to where I want to get to. And maybe I'll have a bunch of viewers. But as long as you keep being a viewer, you'll never get to that point. It's just that simple.
I don't care how much a person says that they love you, they cannot have a healthy relationship with you if they refuse to be honest with themselves, refuse to work on themselves, refuse to be vulnerable, and refuse to have difficult conversations. Like, it's just not going to work. Their toxic patterns will poison the relationship.
And we don't ask women for their Instagram no more. If you see that woman you think she look good, rather than saying, yo, what's your gram? It's, hey, what's your LinkedIn? Maybe we connect on LinkedIn. And then from there, instead of doing Instagram and FaceTime, it's, hey, what's your availability on Google Calendars? Let's meet on a Zoom. Let's meet on a Google Meets. Be different. None of that, what's your gram? What's your FaceTime? Nah, you elegant now, gang. Upgrade. Jesus loves you. I love you. You have a blessed rest of your day.
I hate to be the one to say this, but the most dangerous man in the room is the one who had to heal by himself. And I'm not talking about violence, anger, or chaos. I'm talking about a man who got shattered by life and decided to rebuild himself anyway, piece by piece, bit by bit, with his own bare hands. This is the man who went through shit that stripped him down to absolutely nothing, brother. Who face truths most people spend their entire lives trying to avoid. See, he saw the world without filters, without no illusions, without all of these comfortable little lies that men tell themselves to protect their soft little ass feelings. He hit rock bottom so hard, he didn't even recognize himself anymore. But yet he still found a way to stand back up. And along the way, he learned the truth most people never do. See, when everything collapses, when all of your fans disappear, when the noise stops, the one person a man can never abandon is himself. And that realization changes a man. It reshapes him. It hardens him, and it softens his heart where it matters the most. A man who walked through his darkest nights alone develops a level of clarity and trust that cannot be taught. Like speed on a football field. You only earn it by doing it. He doesn't fear being alone because he understands that it's powerful. He doesn't chase nobody's approval. He outgrew that shit. He don't need to chase after people. He knows the ones meant to stay won't need to be convinced. He got his truths. And when a man has been broken and rebuilt, his strength no longer comes from the people who stand beside him. It comes from within. He became the man he was meant to be when nobody else did. And that's why I'm here. I don't want to see other men struggle. I want to see them healed. You're invited.
Being being hypersexual as a man is like one of the worst things you can do to your body. Hypersexuality stems from something that really happened to you in your younger days. You ain't got to talk about it, but 9 times out of 10, you were sexually assaulted. So if you were sexually assaulted, now you trying to fill that void by being so hypersexual. That's the most demonic energy you could pass around to anybody. You're sharing energy with all these different people. Take care of yourself and take care of yourself down there. Don't go sleeping around with random people. Don't be masturbating every fucking day. That shit is very, 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 very low vibrational energy. And you damn sure shouldn't be masturbating if you're in a relationship, because if you do, y'all gonna have a hard time. Now you're getting upset. Masturbation may be normal in the eyes of science, but in reality, in a spiritual lens, it's terrible for you. Control your sexual urges. And as a man, that is the final boss to becoming great.
Let me get this right. Black girls called you ugly? So do you want me to believe that the white girls called you handsome? The black girls called you ugly. So you want me to believe that the white girls called you handsome?
As we gradually make our shift to woke 2, I've realized something. The anti-woke grift when it comes to media, movies, TV shows, but specifically gaming, it's not hitting the same as it used to. The best time to have been an anti-woke grifter would have been between 2020 to the tail end of it, which is 2024. These people controlled the narrative. Every time there was a movie with a female character in it, or there wasn't enough white people, woke, they're trying to destroy me, the straight, right, Christian traditionalists, and these people would rack in the views. These people got movie stars kicked off social media because they just dogpiled them with their huge fan bases. But look at them now. They don't control the narrative anymore. They come off as whiny. A new game that everybody's excited for, they go, oh, this is local, there's women in it. Pfft, shut up. And people buy the game anyway. Earlier this year, people tried to get, Assassin's Creed Shadows canceled. Now, I know a lot of people don't like it because of Ubisoft and because of the Assassin's Creed game, but it still made the money. It had pretty good sales. For the 2025 Game Awards, these people were basically radio silent. It wasn't until like Expedition 33 won like damn near every award, some of them tried to attach themselves to be like, oh, this is the game for white civilization. Notice how all the main characters are white? But like, is that shit sticking? No. What major film this year have you seen a hate campaign against? Superman? 28 years later? Weapons? Sinners? Nothing. Radio silence. The grift is dying. And you'll notice it too. 2026 and onward, once we approach woke 2, being anti-woke, that grift, it's not gonna pay. And if you work hard enough, woke 2 should last 50 years, man. We cannot let this like anti-woke, this fucking anti-intellectualism shit grow again.
You know, honestly, as a kid, of course, I've always loved MLK. When I became a teenager, I started to really love Malcolm X. When I became an adult, the one person I had the utmost respect for was Fred Hampton. When you look at the patterns of our history, you start to see, like, once you start to say a certain thing, that's when they get you out of there. You know, usually with black leaders, it takes them a second to get to this point. Like with Malcolm X, I know y'all know the famous interaction of him and a white woman when she asked him, like, what can I do to help? And he said nothing. By the end of his career, he was saying he felt sorry for these things that he had done. He started viewing this more as a universal issue rather than just a color issue. You know, even with MLK, you know, his last speech was when he finally realized it wasn't a race struggle, it was a class struggle. He was killed shortly after that. But Fred Hampton, bro came out on fire. Power to all the people. Bro said, I'll work with anybody, I'll form a coalition with anybody that has revolution on their mind. He said, white power to white people, brown power to brown people, yellow power to yellow people, black power to black people, and X power to X people. Bro understood it wasn't about division. Yeah, I know y'all know the famous quote, and if y'all don't know it, y'all need to. Racism is an excuse used for capitalism. Racism is a seed planted by higher powers to make us struggle against each other. Because once you realize that race don't matter, once you take down that fake visor of racism, then there'll be no other way for you not to see who the real enemy is. I don't think y'all understand, they killed bro at 21 years old. A lot of our black leaders made it to 30 and 40 and 50, then they'd kill you. Fred Hampton was 21 years old, and they went against a natural police code to go in his house and kill him. In his sleep, he was saying something that was absolutely pinpoint correct.
Shit, pretty soon this right here, it's gonna be our only way up out of this shit. But ask yourself this, are you really ready for that? Matter of fact, are you even really ready to have that conversation with people?